This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Here we go. The Sydney Kings taking on the Cairns Taipans. Now, the Sydney Kings, that streak came to an end at 13 last week. I still think that they're the better team here, but they've all but got second spots sewn up. I don't think there's too much to gain here in a win for the Sydney Kings, and I think they'll look to rest a few of their superstars here. So I'm going to go with the Cairns Taipans in a bit of a flyer in the head-to-head here. I'm more interested in taking them at the handicap here. I think they're able to keep this one a little bit closer just as the Kings start to empty the bench towards the game. So I'm calling for a close game here between these two teams, even though there's a much bigger difference in talent between them. But the total points, I reckon the under. I don't think we'll see too much scoring in this one. Enjoy the game, and most importantly, gamble responsibly.
I'm never off my grind. I'm always on time. I'm ahead of the game. I'm first place. I'm in my prime. Hard work that pays off. I pay dues. I'm paid off. Cross me, get crossed off. I'm so fresh. I'm so raw. Go hard like A-Day. It's game time like A-Day. I ball hard and clutch play. It's game time like game day. Now let the games begin.
So it comes down to this, the final round of the Hungry Jacks NBL season to decide the four finalists, 5 teams vying for 4 spots, and the Kings, who could finish as high as second or as low as 4th, have a massive box they need to tick against Cairns tonight. Hello and welcome to the Cairns Entertainment Centre. Great to have your company and the company of former NBL player and the #1 NBL journo in the land, Liam Santa Maria, and former NBL MVP Corey Homicide Williams. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Twain.
Hello.
Looking forward to this. The Kings, of course, they had that 13-game losing streak snapped. Looking to bounce back in this one. A couple of big names out. These Taipans, yeah, they've lost 4 in a row. They're down towards the bottom of the ladder, but they're plucky, they're dangerous, and they've got some young guys playing well.
So we look at the Amy ladder, and it tells you the story, because you don't want to be finishing 4th, because you will face Melbourne United, who've got top spot locked in. But the Jack Jumpers can still make the finals. Perth Wildcats on the edge as well. Sydney Kings can drop the 4th, so there's a bit on the line tonight.
Definitely a lot on the line, and Sydney Kings, although it'll be a danger game, I expect them to handle business.
To the DoorDash starting 5 to celebrate the NBL Finals. DoorDash are giving you the chance to eat your way to LA. Use the code DASH2LA on all orders between now and the 29th of May. You'll be in the running to take 3 friends or family on a 5-night trip to see the Lakers play in LA. There's the starting 5 for the Kings.
Well, I'll tell you this, I'd love to win that, to go to LA, but let's focus on why we're here. Danger game, no Jalen Adams and no Jarrell Martin. They can lose this game, Liam.
Yeah, well, they're massive outs. New look starting lineup. First time Ian Clark started for the Kings. Angus Glover, second time he started this season. Wani Swakala Bullock coming off the bench. He started the last 23 games in a row for the Sydney Kings. So, yeah, a little different kind of look about the purple and gold tonight.
And the Cairns starting 5 has got some guys who have really had big seasons in it as well. So you wouldn't want to underestimate them.
Not at all with these 2 nominees for the Gazy Awards. You have MIP, potential MIP, Keanu Pindle, who's been playing sensational basketball, and Rookie of the Year, potential Rookie of the Year award winner.
Potential.
I'm just saying because the name hasn't been announced it yet, right? He ain't won it yet.
All right.
Bukuau. And we got somebody else we need to talk about.
Talk about it.
I'm number one. I'm the #1 guy on his bandwagon right now. Ben Air. That man right there, 10 orange. What a talent.
Can you do it again?
Well, he was
I believe
spectacular last week, wasn't he? The 26-year-old injury replacement. This is what the Fresh Prince of Ben Air did against Melbourne United.
Come up with that yourself. That's why you're the #1 journo in the land.
10 assists. Look at the names he's alongside with those numbers. Bryce Cotton, Jalen Adams, Corey. He played with no fear.
You know what? It's kind of like the a la Jeremy Lin story.
Yeah.
Ben Sanity, let's go.
Well, he's the heir apparent. And look at this. He
got all these names.
Those kinds of numbers put him, in terms of Cairns franchise history, alongside Scott Machado only. It was a massive performance. Let's see if he can back it up.
We're all excited about whether he can. We're all excited about what the Kings might deliver in the finals. The final round of the Hungry Jacks NBL22 season, round 21. Finals begin next week. The makeup of the finals, though, is what we're looking at starting tonight. What will the Kings do on this floor tonight to set themselves up for a finish in either second or third spot? They don't want to be dropping all the way to fourth. And the Cairns Taipans, both these teams have one regular season game left after tonight. Cairns a home game against Brisbane Saturday. Kings against Illawarra on Sunday. So one game left after this to complete their regular season. Cairns want to finish strong. A lot of fans are in the house tonight for this one, so let's get it on. From the tip. Marcour maker for the Kings. Pinder. And it'll be the Taipans with first use of it. And that man, Ben Air. Corey Homicide Williams, not just seat 1A. I think he wants to pilot that bandwagon the way it's going at the moment. McCall turns inside. Can he get the start? He's after. You bet he can.
And he told him he was too little. Keep giving him the ball. He's ready to work. Tia McCall, you know he wants to finish off with a bang. He's coming this season, ultra aggressive, loves when he's at his best when both feet are in the paint.
Can't get the third to go. But a nice start and a bit of energy about it for the Taipans. You know, without Jalen Adams, without Jarrell Martin, it's a little bit different for the Kings tonight.
I mean, have we ever seen the Sydney Kings with no Jalen Adams and Jarrell Martin in the same game? No, we don't. We don't know how this is going to look. That's why it's a danger game. 3 seconds.
And you sense that they know it's changed up a little, the Kings. So they've got a few guys that are playing a little bit of a different role tonight.
And you spoke about where they can finish on the ladder, Dwayne. Really, that top 2 spot is what they need to lock in. They sit there right now. They get work done this weekend. They can lock that in and have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs.
Tagier's done it again, but he hasn't dropped the bucket. Pinder pulls down the rebound. Deng rims out. Maker with the rebound. Well, they're big stars of their show. Xavier Cooks takes it in, turns around, gets it to rattle around and rattle out again. And he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws. Yeah, as Liam Santa Maria was saying, if the Kings win tonight, they won't have to get on a plane for their first final. It'll be either Illawarra at home or Perth at home. At least they won't have to get on a plane. But they finish 4th, they're getting on a plane. Melbourne United.
Yeah, I mean, there's water to go under the bridge over the course of the weekend, and some games with some massive sort of repercussions. I'm curious to see how Chase Buford manages Xavier Cooks' minutes tonight. No, with those 2 key imports, the stars out of the game, and you're gearing towards a playoff campaign. Will he play max load of minutes, or will they be hoping to get a bit of a lead up and manage his playing time? Be interesting to see.
He's going to have to play max minutes tonight. They're short-handed, 2 starts, great block.
Got a big hand on that and rejected it. Siljevic hands it up. Glover from the corner. Ben Air hands it up. That is delightful. And the jam for Deng. Beautiful push
From Ben Air. Some early airtime for the 26-year-old in transition.
I'm going to enjoy this tonight. Liam Santa Maria, Corey Homicide Williams. And Cooks just finger rolls it in with a bit of class. Yeah, we'll have to give extra minutes to those guys as well if this game's on the line with a couple of minutes to go. Travel is the call on Tagier McCall.
Here's the take from Bull Qual, sent packing, and an uncomfortable ride into the front row, and then the drop off from Ben Air. Juk Deng knows what to do with it.
I'm not sure he had a ticket for the VIP area. He got in anyway, the back way. McCall hands it up. Air lets it fly. All air, unfortunately for him. Glover stepping in. Oh, use of the body, use of the class. That's what we want to see from Ian Clark.
Like a bowling ball going in there, knocking down pins.
That's an early timeout from Adam Ford. Couple of layups. Xavier Corks right down the middle of the lane. Ian Clark right to the rim. Adam Ford still looking for his first win against the team he coached last season. He doesn't like what he sees early.
Always a fun night at the office when we've got Alex Loughton downstairs. Alex, welcome to you.
Great to be here courtside, guys. Obviously, a breath of fresh air. I mean, Ben has just been the exciting talk of the town. And I don't know who's paying Liam's riders, but I think he should double it. I think he should double the pay. It's certainly paying off. But certainly for Corey Homicide Williams, there's certainly love in the air. I feel like it's going to be a theme coming in. But a lot of exciting points for this ball game. Those stars coming up in these last few games with Ben Air has just been sensational, and it's created a buzz. And that's what I love about these games, that even though the Taipan seasons are done and Sydney are resting some of their stars, there's still plenty of action to love on the court here.
Beautifully done by Lousy. Oh,
That was beautiful.
None of us enjoyed the air ball.
No.
In that,
so you left that one for me. It's almost as if he set me up to fail there. But had he dropped the three in, you know, we danced his way to the bucket, we could have gone with air. But unfortunately, it was air ball in the end. But he's got a bit in his kit bag, and we can't wait to see what he produces next. Here he is, by the way, Ben Air. And he draws the foul on Ian Clark.
Jokes aside, he really is a tremendous story, Ben Air. A real example. Obviously, he's getting this playing time with Scott Machado sitting out injured, but a perfect example of persistence, resilience, determination. Has just not wanted to give up on his pro basketball dream. Searching for opportunities. Joey Wright has believed in him the whole way as Bull Qual draws that foul on Vasilev. He'll go to the stripe for three. And when Joey Wright, Dwayne, called Adam Ford and said, you should call this kid and you'll love him. And they spoke to Ben Air. They told him, we've got no money for you for a DP. You're too old for a DP spot for starters. We don't have a roster spot for you. Can't pay you. But you can come and train with the squad. And if things happen, you never know, you might be able to work your way in if you do well. Well, he got himself a job up there in far North Queensland, took himself up there, and has worked his way into this opportunity, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story, really. The love of the sport as opposed to the love of getting a check for it. And the way he's playing, he'll end up getting a check for it. Good start here for Cairns. They put a bit of pressure on the Kings. The scoreboard pressure. Keep the numbers ticking along. Give the Kings, who are down a couple of stars, something to think about. Cooks going to have to play a massive role. Tried to get his own ball back, didn't. Stolen back by Deng. The Taipans, a chance to add to their lead. Pinder hands it up. Bull Qual, he's got a statement or two to make. Can't get that one to go. Nor the second attempt. Cooks quickly. Ian Clark wants to take it on one-on-one and got it to drop. Delightful.
Great take and finish in transition, Ian Clark. You know, the Kings in that open court, one of the tougher teams in the competition.
Bull Qual unselfishly. Tajir McCall. Well short. Cooks. He's had it in his hands quite a bit. Dusan Vasilev rattled its way out. Chance from McCall, one-on-one with Cooks. And stolen off his foot, King's ball.
Wow, great hands from Xavier Cooks. He's just a hive of activity right now, cleaning up the defensive glass, getting his hands on it, turning the ball over, and winning it back for the Kings, earning himself an early rest. And this is what I'm talking about, managing the minutes of Xavier Cooks. Here, we're not 4 minutes in, and he's coming out. Tom Vodanovic enters the game for the Kings.
Clark tried to go alone. McCall hands it up, doesn't want to go himself this time. Ben Air sees that one rim out as well. A little closer with that. The Kings know they're in for a game here. Clark got inside, fed it back outside. Swakala Bullock gives it back to Sean Bruce. Clock ticking down, 8 to play with, rejected by Keanu Pinder.
Good block. Do you think he's going to win MIP? He got a good chance.
I think he does have a great chance.
I think with those nominees, JLA, he himself, and Yanni, he's the guy. Those two guys are going to be great. We knew that. But him, from how far he had to come from last season to where he's at now, I give him the nod.
And he goes up trying to make an impression on you guys late. You guys probably already voted. Long range, rims out.
Well,
the rebound.
It's the coaches and the captains that have been voting in recent times, and they're the 3 finalists. As McCall knocks that one in from long range, puts the Taipans in front.
But you've already decided who you would pick.
Well, I just think that the recency bias might come into play here for this vote, because it's been in the last month or so that Pinder has really put on display how the leap that he's taken this season.
He's doing it again tonight. Speaking of recency bias, running up with some good numbers the way he's travelling. Little Euro from Tajir McCall.
I told you this is a danger game. Right now on the court, active in uniform for the Kings, they don't have a player that can create off the dribble for themselves and others.
That's unlucky.
That's going to come back to bite them in the behind in this game. That's what's going to make it tough for them.
And no one there to rebound that either. And yet there were 3 Taipans waiting for it. Air feeds it wide. Deng found the handle. Little jab step. And did he touch his foot on the line? He did.
Well, actually, I'll take that back. It's just a big gap from Jalen Adams. I haven't seen Sean Bruce dang near. Oh, yeah.
Can play make.
Can play make. But I haven't seen him.
No.
Cooks didn't sit down for long. Back out there. Don't want this margin to stretch too far. And he thought about going alone. He drew a crowd. Swakala Bullock went up and went down again. Vodanovic danced past them, cut through them, put 2 on them.
Too quick right there. Went right past the big fella.
Jawai out on the floor. That was a long thought. Jawai in the end draws the foul, and that was their grand plan. They finally did get it to go into that plan mode with only 6 seconds left as we head back down to Alex Loughton.
Just great to see Xavier Cooks in Cairns. We haven't seen him in Cairns before. He's really had a resurgence this year, obviously playing exceptional basketball. It's just great to see the way he moves on the floor. He's going to be key tonight for the Sydney Kings.
Yeah, good call, Alex. Great to have you downstairs.
And the tighter the game is, Liam, he's going to have to play Xavier Cooks heavy minutes. As long as this game is a dogfight, which it will be.
Tajir, he draws the crowd. Back out to Deng. Sean Bruce pulls it down the floor. Waits, Xavier Cooks, his man. He looks up, likes what he's got on offer, draws the foul, didn't get the bucket. So it's not quite going to plan for the Sydney Kings at the moment, but Xavier Cooks knows he has to be the main guy if it is to end up to plan.
Yeah, it's in the half court where they've just had a little bit of trouble, and that's where you miss Jalen Adams, the ability to kind of get him his second touch of the possession, peel him off a dribble handoff, put him slap on an on ball late in the shot clock, and he'll get someone an open look. And right now, their best weapon is just give it to Xavier Cooks. Let him go one-on-one, make things happen. He's got 5 points, 3 boards, an assist, a block. Super active early doors.
Super active. Last game coming off a big one, 21 and 14. He is the motor for that team at both ends.
All NBL, which team?
I ain't mad at first team All NBL. I wouldn't be mad at that. He's legit.
Left fly again. No one there for the Taipans to rebound. Vodanovic pulled it down.
Cairns 1 of 10 from 3. So they're missing open looks on one end and giving up nothing but layups on the other end.
Kings back in front. Little surge heading to quarter time here from the Kings. And stolen. Little fingernail in the way, and Cooks takes it down the floor again. Can keep this momentum going. Swakala Bullock back out to Sean Bruce. Has a couple of options, and this time Swakala Bullock foot on the line. Disappointed with that because it was set up nicely for him. 2 minutes to quarter time. A little bit of a swing back the Kings' way. Kings didn't make the finals last season under Adam Ford. They've got the nuts and bolts this season to go all the way. They were unlucky a couple of seasons ago. Finished top 2 seasons ago, but lost that controversial grand final series shortened by COVID. Big year for the Kings. They've got everything it takes if they can get it right. Jawai hammered on his way to the bucket.
Nice deep seal. Showing his hands to the guard. Finds him inside. Gets fouled, and he goes to the line for 2. He's been really good this year from the free throw, knocking out his free throws.
Which is big for him late in his career, especially because he doesn't have the bounce that he has. You've seen the footage, right, of 2008 and.
Dude, I was playing against him.
It's okay, sorry.
I've seen him at 19 before he went to Toronto.
Yeah, rookie.
Yeah.
All-star game.
Unbelievable
MVP.
bounce.
Oh, my God. But he doesn't have that now. So a lot of it is just those deep catches, forcing the foul, and then you got to cash in from the free throw line. Meantime, second personal on Xavier Cooks. Good job pounding it in, picking that up. He hits the bench now. He's really been
the motor.
The everything.
It changes now.
As you saw, no Scott Machado, no Jalen Adams, no Jarrell Martin. A couple of the big guns that are out, but it's all about who's in and who's putting them in. And Nate Jawai puts in the second of those free throws. Wiley Bales out there having an impact. Not as much as he would have liked, but the putback, that rattles out as well from the hand of Swakala Bullock. Pinder. Jawai thinks about backing his way in, likes his chances, popped it up, looked a little flat from the moment it left his fingers. 1 minute left. Bales, Vodanovic, Vasiljevic. He can score quickly on you as well, so that's why 2 shut him down. Get it out of his hand, stolen back. Not how they drew it up, but it works anyway.
That was ugly, but they'll take it. A bucket is a bucket.
Kenny. Oh, wow.
My. Call it.
That
you
was
gotta call
beautiful.
That. You got to call that.
You can't call it if you don't know what's going to happen.
Lord.
And the spin move from Bales, just as good down the other end. They're having some fun out there. So you can see there's a little shot clock, game clock. That's turned off. So Bull Kroll, can he have the last shot of the quarter? Dances his way in, draws the foul. So a couple of seconds left on the clock.
Here's Kenny just pulling up. No pass offense. Bang. Off the board. But Wally Bales down the other end, he decides to take it to the rack. This first quarter, the Kings with their drops coverage on the pick and roll defense. The big stays back, takes away the roll man. As a result, Keanu Pinder has hardly seen the ball. Hasn't been open on any of those types of actions. This is a guy averaging 18 points a game over his past 6 and hasn't been able to get involved.
So still a chance to get a shot up here. Not now. That was late. Gave it a run for the crowd's sake anyway, but it was a little late. 18-17, it's a tight one. Kings need to tick this box tonight. But you know the home team are not going to make it easy. A 1-point game after a quarter. Quarter time, Cairns Entertainment Centre. A one-point game, Sydney Kings in danger of finishing 4th heading into the finals if they don't win this game tonight. There's a bit on the line for the Sydney Kings, and the Taipans are not going to hand it up easily. Tonight's winner of the $50 Kmart gift card is Jamie Stoughton. Congratulations to you, Jamie. $50 gift card coming your way. Fans enjoying the first quarter show at the Cairns Entertainment Centre that their team put on.
It was a rough shooting first quarter. Those two teams combining for 2 of 18 from long range in that first term.
And Cairns have had open looks.
Xavier Cooks with his 2 fouls back out there to start this second quarter, and that's why.
Yeah, almost the alley-oop. Glover put her on a platter for him.
He's up to 8 points. But Liam, he has 2 fouls. How long do you see him out there in this quarter if you chase Buford? How long do you have him out there?
As long as he doesn't foul, you can let it roll. There it is.
There it is.
Wow. And 1.
And Tajir McCall with the up fake, he knew what was going on.
He's way too active. What I love about him right now is he's limping off. And he'll be fine. But I question that. Putting him in the second quarter, he has 2 fouls.
And you know Cairns are going to use that as a spur as well. Alex Loughton downstairs.
Yeah, look, just at the quarter time break, Coach Buford just pleading for that high hand, just carrying it more in the shooter's face. They're just letting the Taipans get past them a little bit too easy for his liking. So just calling for that extra defensive effort, but not at the expense of fouling. So I find that Xavier Cooks was a bit out of position there. He's sort of on the backside. There's not much reason to really go for it. Sometimes if a play is done and dusted, there's no chance you have a being in there. Sometimes you just got to let the 2 points happen.
You just need to stay on the floor. So Jim McCall got him up off the ground with the shot fake. You're right, Lousy. And then as soon as you do that, you're at the mercy of the offense. And now, you're right, he limped off a little bit. He's been speaking to the trainer there about his right ankle. Something to keep an eye on. Last round of the regular season before the playoffs.
Ian Clark lost it as well. He was lucky there.
This is Cairns' game to win. If they hit a couple of threes at home, they're open. NBL22 will get even more interesting in this round. This is Cairns' game to win.
So 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Sydney's final game is against Illawarra. That's on Sunday. There'll be a bit on that, as there is a bit on this, the way this is transpiring. Glover. Shot clock winds on him, and he's been warned and rejected. Tajir McCall tried the Euro inside and got lucky.
Don't his eyes light up in the open floor to Jim McCall. That's where he's at. His brilliant best. Creating as he strides his way to the rim.
And Liam, guess what? There's no rim protection out there. Great pass and finish.
Galloway got up high. And someone's going to have to provide some good minutes now for the Kings. You have to find a hero from somewhere. Springing the step of the Taipans right down. Everyone is bringing it off the bench as well. Mirko Jeric lands a bomb. Margin out to 3. Off the glass, rattles down. Nicely done by Ian Clark.
Nice left hand take and finish over the outstretched arms of Penda.
Game's going up a gear. Why not have another crack?
When he's hit one, he can hit a couple.
Absolutely. And Penda draws the foul as well. So Cairns have lost both their games against the Kings so far this season, as we have a look at that Galloway dunk. They had chances to steal both games, and this is a different Kings outfit with Adams out, Martin out, and all of a sudden Xavier Cooks having to sit out for a little while.
Yeah, completely different Kings outfit. That conversation there talking about the defensive breakdowns, you saw the back cut from Galloway. Deng a little slow to respond. Galloway's right on the rim, and they've given up a few of those to Taipans. So Tom Vodanovic straight past Jawai to the cup. Easy buckets. And this puts pressure on your offense.
Quite a bit on Ian Clark's shoulders now.
There's a lot on his shoulders as well, but Dejan Vasiljevic has come off a huge game in Illawarra. Was a bit quiet his last game, 10 points. But the defender that's guarding him with his length and athleticism, Bukwa, is giving him trouble so far in this first half.
Well, he's face guarding him, isn't he? They know that the Kings want to go at Vasiljevic. He's the guy they want to go to get the offense ticking over. So Qual, his job is to deny DJ the ball, and he's done a pretty good job of it so far. Coach's challenge in play here. Adam Ford challenging that foul call on Bull Qual. That top right angle might be the best. He's in good defensive position there.
Oh, they're going to win that challenge.
He's just sliding. You know what? They've decided so quickly. I'm going to say he wins it.
Here we go.
After review, the coach's challenge is unsuccessful.
Oh, come on.
The foul on ball.
So Liam loses challenge lotto.
Liam, Corey, and Adam Ford 0 for 1.
But you're right, there is now a lot of responsibility on Dejan Vasiljevic. Career high 33 against Illawarra. And it's been an up and down season, up and down numbers for him. But he gets a chance. He knows he's going to get an opportunity to put a big number up if he can find his sweet spot tonight. 27-24. Adam Ford yet to coach a win against the team he coached last season. He wants to finish this season strong. This game tonight at home, and then home game against Brisbane on Saturday to finish the season off for the Taipans, who, if you're unaware, can't make the finals. But the Kings will be there. Just depends on whether they start their finals campaign from 2nd or 4th. Ian Clark dancing his way. Long range too, but he'll take it.
Great ability to create space, handling the ball, breaking the defender down, hitting that shot. Looking real comfortable out there.
McCall and Pinder, a little two-man game. That was nice.
Good take from Pinder. Like how he's just keeping it simple. Just rip it, attack the rim. One hard dribble, strides his way to the cup.
Clark again. Vasiljevic wants to get inside, and they're in his grill again, but he draws the foul as he hits the deck hard.
He's definitely doing a good job on Vasiljevic, making him work. But he earns 2 shots from the charity stripe.
You get the sense as well that he's just starting to get a feel for the coverage, Vasiljevic. They're up in the passing lanes trying to deny him. So when seems like he's worked out his last couple of possessions. If I catch it and I rip, I can get the step on these guys. Draws the foul right there and sees the ball goes through the hoop a couple of times.
Yeah, well explained, Liam. Smart players adjust. He's adjusted early in this. Nate out on the floor, Ben Air, Keanu Pinder. And he had his pocket picked, but must have been a hand there on the way through to getting the ball, or the ref didn't like it. 29-27. They've been in this up to their eyeballs from the outset, the Taipans. Had a couple of bad beats here on this floor this season. They do want to finish it strong. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix and Adelaide and Perth and Illawarra. Speaking of games that are going to have big impacts, Perth and Illawarra tomorrow night. Oh, that's going to be huge as we see another coach's challenge here. Saturday, Tasmania and Melbourne United. That's got huge implications as well. Melbourne United will finish top, but Tasmania still a chance in their first ever season in the competition to make the finals. As we have a look at the replay centre's vision, you're going to have a guess on this one?
It's on Jalen Galloway. That looks clean.
Okay.
That looks super.
Looks
that
really
looks all
clean.
ball.
You saw it in fast motion, Dwayne. You said he got his pocket picked. And then the whistle came. You see that the left hand from Galloway get involved right there. That's all ball.
It's nice when you challenge and you've got a clear angle on it as well. That is definitive.
After review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call is cancelled. We resume the game with the ball for Orange from the baseline.
There you go. Successful coach's challenge.
Yeah, you're right about those games coming up this round.
Oh,
Dwayne, tomorrow night, the big first domino to fall. Perth and Illawarra.
Man.
The result of that is going to pave the way for the rest of the round. And I tell you, no Vic Law. Shout outs to him on a speedy and full recovery. He's had such a great season. Big part of what he wanted to do this year was to be fully healthy and show that he could get that done. It's a shame, the timing and the way that's played out, but for the Wildcats.
Hands is rolling on the floor. Scott's crazy then. He's fucking crazy.
so Chase Buford not happy with the end of that result. No need for me to elaborate on that. And wow, okay, let's let it roll then. Sean Bruce. Chase might be a little happier if someone finds the hole here. Clark from long range and got it.
He
Huge.
is stepping up huge for the Sydney Kings, showing his ability to do exactly what I thought no one would be able to do, create off the dribble for himself and others.
The Kings back in front, even though Cooks is having a long sit down. Bullball can't find his range quite yet, but you know that it's likely that he will at some stage in this game. He's been on fire on many occasions this season. Vasiljevic, he gets his turn here. Steps in on call, dances past a couple, no room to move. Bogdanovic gonna have to put it up. He hands it up for the long range shot from Sean Bruce. And the Taipans get a very valuable stop. And they parlay that into points. McCall to Pinder. That wasn't how they drew it up either, but they'll take it.
Well, that's what we spoke about earlier, that Sydney's coverage is taking Pinder away as a target, the roll man on those actions, but McCall finding a way to get it to him nonetheless.
Vasiljevic left it behind, had to go and get it, give it to Sean Bruce. Takes on Pinder, flings to the corner, and Bogdanovic an air ball. Chance for the Taipans to extend this margin. Ben Air. He gets a little moment here. Hands it up. Nartai. Pinder. Tough fadeaway too. Ripped down by Bogdanovic. Vasiljevic. In Clark. From 2 metres outside. Was always a long shot in more ways than one. Nartai rebound. Ben Air behind the back. Bull Cole. Awesome.
Great find by Ben Air, kicking it back to the shooter. Bukual 0 of 5 prior to hitting that 3. He was getting good looks. Good looks enough for he's been knocking those down all season. Just a matter of time. Nice kick ahead pass. Ben Air flicks it back to the rookie. He cashes that one in. 4-point lead.
Timeout called. And just to back over what Liam Santa Maria was saying about the round, it might actually come down to the final game of the entire season as to the makeup of the finals, with Perth and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix playing the final game of the season as the third game on Sunday. That's how tight this run of the playoffs is in the Hungry Jacks NBL 22 season. We'll head back courtside to Alex Loughton.
Tajir McCall in this game is just so hard to stay in front of defensively. He's got so much turn on each of those Euro step looks where he can still get that shot off around the rim. And he's done all that work early, and he's quite happy just to let some of the other players get a touch of the ball, focus on Pinder in the post, that last one with Ben Air taking over some of the duties. But McCall has just gassed himself for this whole first half. And it's really great to see that energy, but he's such a tough cover. And for the Kings going into the playoffs, this is a great test for them. Can they stay in front of someone like McCall? Even though it's second bottom team, it's still a very tough challenge that they need to conquer that and prove that tonight.
Lousy, it's a great call. The efficiency has been the issue for McCall this season.
Say again.
The efficiency, the 4 turnovers already in this one. He's leading the league. Was right up there in turnovers. Lousy, what's the feel you're getting from the Taipans organisation about him going towards next season? He's coming out of the 1-year deal that he signed. Are they looking to bring him back, do you think? Well,
He's the best player on the team for this year, and he's just proven he can be that offensive threat as well. So McCall was brought in for defensive kind of efforts, the DJ Newell sort of style of defense. But what he's actually given is so much more. So I wouldn't be surprised if he would be high on the list for bringing him back.
Great to have Alex Loughton downstairs with Liam Santamaria, Corey Homicide Williams, and the action's picked up as well at both ends of the floor. There are the numbers for Tajir McCall. 3:41 left in the second. Kings under pressure. Sean Bruce got a valuable 2 to go. Can't finish it off with the extra. And here is Tajir McCall on cue. Well, he's been high from the outset for the Taipans. Nate Jawai takes them all on and rejected. Both Swakala Bullock and McCall Maker got on his grill. Nate Jawai, the second time, couldn't get it to fit either. Wally Bale, Swakala Bullock hands it over. Wow. Bomb from McCall Maker.
I mean, you just talk about talent. Young man gets 2 blocks on the defensive end. Comes back and hits the 3.
Nate Jawai again on Maker. Oh, he used his bulk, his size, his weight, and his craft, and got away with it.
Big fella didn't like that. He got a shot blocked in by the next star. He said, give me that ball back.
Don't poke the bear.
You're right, though, Corey. That's the versatility. That's the skill set from McCall Maker that makes him such an intriguing prospect. Can bang bodies down the other end, the length to send the shot away, and then steps up and knocks it down from the arc.
He is super talented. Super talented.
Meanwhile, Xavier Cooks continues to sit 3 first-half fouls. Needs 21 rebounds across this final round of the season to claim the rebounding crown this season. Maybe this foul trouble will keep that out of reach.
Well, I can tell you this, if anybody can do it, if there's anybody that can do it, he could do it.
McCall hands it up. Again from way outside. That's a foul on the 3-point shot from Quad. So he'll go to the line for 3.
You know what, Liam? That young man right there on screen is officially first team all green light. When he gets the ball, it is going up. Oh, my goodness.
It was a little cold.
No conscience.
None.
Doesn't matter. It's going up. No conscience. I love it.
So 3 from the line. 2 minutes from halftime. Cairns can pile some more pressure on the Kings and extend this margin. Found the net eventually. Scott Machado has been such an inspiration for the Taipans over his time. Still helping out with a few valuable words from the bench. Will Cole to make it 3 from 3 for this trip. Gets them all.
Boko 1 of 6. 10 points. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Finding ways to keep that scoreboard ticking over, and it is a 6-point game.
Biggest margin of the game for either team. Swakala Bullock looks around. Might be his moment. He's going to have to go. Realises it. Nate Jawai, right spot, right time. McCall hands it up. Ben Air. Nate Jawai from the top. Wasn't quite his shot, and he knew it. McCall, Jawai. This is his shot. Oh, he can't finish. And he's got to be a little unhappy with himself there. That was a huge opportunity. Vasilovic fed it. Coolmaker left it behind. Taipans get another chance to extend it. And he goes alone this time to Jia McCall. Not going to share this one.
These are great opportunities, Liam, to get this lead into double figures. They missed one with Jawad the play before. But now he gets fouled. He goes to the line for 2. It's an 8-point game.
Well, they're doing a good job getting stops. They've kept Sydney to 35 here. With just a minute and change outside of half time. And Lousy spoke on it before, how hard Jia McCall is to stay in front of. His ability to just snake and slip his way through gaps that you may not think are there. He gets himself to the free throw line.
Hey, he's just one of the best in the league at penetrating and getting to that rack. Very interesting the defense Cairns are playing. Man, just look who's in the game. Let's watch this.
A couple of wasted opportunities for the Taipans. Keanu Pinder won't want to waste this. He dances in on Vasilovic and took him down.
Good pick from Vasilovic. Just made the read, saw which way he was going, and Pinder says, man, I needed to step around him. He took it straight line. Here's the turnover. Pinder takes it away. Vasilovic turns, reads, plants. Takes it right down the numbers.
Good defense.
Last 3 trips up the floor. Taipans had a chance to extend this 6-point margin. Haven't been able to.
Just the inability to execute when there's opportunity. This is easily a double-digit game right now. Lead.
Vasilovic down the other end. Bam! That's massive.
Dejan Vasilovic is such a tough player. He's had trouble all game. Gets his first wide open look and cashes it in.
Pinder. Finger roll in, valuable too.
Good execution. Put Davey Cooks in the pick and roll coverage. Didn't want to jump and contest and pick up his 4th foul.
In Clark, Xavier Cooks. Little nudge whilst he was in the air. Draws the foul.
Red, 10, push. 2 shots. White 10, white 10.
Throw it on Ben Air. While Cooks was in the air. Kings haven't won a championship since 05. Such a big moment as a club for that man. First season as coach for Chase Buford.
He's done a brilliant job. Finalist for Coach of the Year, along with Vickerman and Scott Wright. They were in a big hole. 3 and 6. It was crunch time in their season at that point in the year, and to go from there to where they are now, genuine championship contenders. Hats off, first season in the league.
But you're liking Scott Roth more so, as that's a long-range shot from Jerick. They wanted a 2 for 1. They will still get it back, but only with a couple of seconds left. So over to you, Kings. Ian Clark to set it up as the seconds wind down. Glover's in the corner. Little step back 3. Wow. How good was that? From Ian Clark. Straight back down the other end on the buzzer. Couldn't get one to go back the other way, but this is fun. 43 apiece. So we've brought it down to a 2-quarter game, 43 apiece, halftime. Cairns Convention Centre, the Sydney Kings, a game they need to win to make sure they can still finish second. Let's head down to Alex Loughton.
I'm here with Tajir McCall. The Taipans playing with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy for the first half tonight.
Yes, sir. We just want to come out here and compete. You know, the last couple games we've been losing, so we just wanted to compete and let the chips fall where they may.
20% from the three-point line. You've given up 50% from field goal for them. Defensively, what would Coach be saying at halftime?
There's probably room for improvement. I know we had a couple errors, a couple miscommunications. He's going to tell us we're doing a good job, but we got to be better. I know the second half they're going to come out a lot better and a lot more aggressive, so we just got to bottle down and be the better person. But
good luck in the second half.
Appreciate you. Enjoy it.
Kings showing their class and their quality late in that second quarter. At one stage, we're looking at a 10-point deficit, but they've tied it up with a half to play. $43 apiece. Can't get any closer than that at halftime at the Cairns Entertainment Centre as we have a look at the Hungry Jacks. Highlights to halftime.
Well, it was an opportunity missed for the Taipans. Lead by 6 points, 41-35, outscored 8-2 to finish that second quarter, and now it's all tied up. But Ian Clark was terrific in that first half. 14 points, 6 of 8 from the field. He was massive at the offensive end. Pinder late got involved, 8 and 5 for him in the first half, and Bull Qual knocked that one down and got to the free throw line a little bit. But Xavier Cook's 3 fouls, for me that was the story of the first half, but the Taipans just weren't able to cash in. He had 3 fouls early in that second quarter, sat out almost the entire second term, and the Taipans looked like they were going to get out by double digits. Never quite quite got there. There's the 4 guys in double digits, and you can see the shooting improved a little bit. So it knocked down a couple of shots. Both teams getting to the free throw line a little bit in that second term.
So who could take over this game? Both teams need someone to step up and take control of it. Is it Tajir McCall? Who do you think could be the guy for Cairns who want to finish their season strongly?
Well, for me, I'm going to go with Bulkuau, Penda. Get Penda the ball. They're doing a great job with the drops coverage. That's not allowing Penda to get involved. But if he imposes his will, especially with Cooks with 3 fouls right now, I believe it can be an advantage Cairns.
For me, it's Tajir McCall, but it's the entire group defensively. They need to get stops and then get out and running. And when they do, and Tajir McCall can get it in the open floor, they can start to make things happen. Here he was, his first bucket of the game, down low, wheeling and dealing, and then the kick out. He was able to step up and knock that down. When he hits from long range, you know he's starting to feel pretty good. And then he just started to get flowing with facing the basket in transition, striding his way to the rim. 12 points, 8 boards. He's just 2 boards off a double-double here at half-time. 4 turnovers. He'll always have some turnovers thrown into the mix. But for me, he's the key for the Taipans in this second half.
You mentioned recency bias with Bull Qual. He wouldn't do himself any disservice if he had a big second half either, would he?
Not at all. Right now, 10 points in the first half, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He's getting them up. 1 of 6. He's connected 1 3-point hit, but he's going to continue to get them up. And that's my pick for Rookie of the Year. He's been fantastic this year at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's my pick too. And I also think the fact that he broke that 3-point shooting all-time record for a rookie last year, beating Hammer, right at the time when votes are being cast, I think that could come into play.
Yeah, if you've beaten Shane Heal in any parameter, then all of a sudden you've got to have people take notice. So, the Sydney Kings side of things, who could be the guy for the Kings? We talked a little bit about Xavier Cooks, 3 fouls. So, is it Ian Clark that becomes the guy now?
Ian Clark is the guy right now, but to go alongside him is his backcourt mate, Dejan Vasiljevic. But right now, this man on screen is cooking. No Jalen Adams, no Jeremiah Martin. Xavier Cooks with 3 fouls. Somebody has to take over. He's a guy that can put the ball on the deck, shoot from the line of play, and keep the defense honest. He can create for others. But right now, he's feeling it. 6 of 8 from the field, 14 points. He's hitting it from downtown. He is looking good.
Yeah, he is feeling it. You can just see in the way he's moving. Didn't shoot enough in that first half. 6 of 8 from the field. You're not letting it fly nearly enough, and you can see his juices are flowing after knocking that one down. But for me, it's Xavier Cooks. If he doesn't foul in this third quarter, the Kings will win the game. If he can get through this third quarter without picking up his 4th, as long as he's on the floor, the Kings have the advantage and they'll win.
So, Coach of the Year, if the Kings win tonight and beat Illawarra and finish the regular season second, is there a chance that Chase Buford can beat Scott Roth, who is a bit of a sentimental favourite right now?
I'll tell you right now, Chase Buford has done a fantastic job. Dean Vickerman, fantastic job. Scott Roth has done the unthinkable. He is Coach of the Year. All 3 of those are worthy nominees and worthy winners, but they can only be one. Scott Roth, you got that locked up.
He's not just bringing wins, he's brought emotion to basketball in Tasmania, and it has been just a joy to watch, as this game has been. 43 apiece with a half to play. Don't go anywhere.
Great to have your company for the opening game of the final round of the Hungry Jacks NBL22 season, and the makeup of the finals might not be known until the final regular season game is played Sunday night between Perth and Southeast Melbourne. And a bit hinges on this game and whether Xavier Cooks is okay in this game.
Yeah, well, he's moving okay. The ankle seems fine. Starting the second half here with 3 fouls. One guy for the Taipans hasn't really got involved all that much just yet. Majuk Deng averages 14 points a game on the season, coming off back-to-back 16-point games. Just 2 points in that opening half, 1 of 4 from the field.
We'll keep an eye on him in this second half. 43 apiece. Cairns had a chance to open up a double-digit lead late in that second quarter. Kings with a nice rally back, and Tajir McCall can't get that to go. Keanu Pinder can't mop up for him, got it rejected. That was magnificent to watch.
Great defense by Maker, meeting him above the rim.
I think that was Swakala Bullock.
Sorry, Swakala Bullock.
Lonnie. Line of defense.
Vasiljevic found a gap, and not quite for Mako Maka. Swakala Bullock. Xavier Cooks poked it up there. Going to get a third chance. Mako Maka. He lost it, got fouled. In fact, he pushed his way a little too strongly through Keanu Pinder.
Good D from Pinder. Got to the spot, took the hit. Thought maybe Vasiljevic could have got a whistle earlier in that play, but here, right there, just good read. Got his feet outside and took the contact. I think that should be a steal in the box score.
Charge?
Yeah.
No.
Pinder shouldn't get a stat for that?
Nope.
No stat?
No stat.
He just won the ball back for his team.
Not a steal.
Come on, man.
No chance.
Coach's challenge might be coming up here, so you guys have got a little bit of time to continue this argument, which I'm enjoying.
What do you think, Dwayno? I mean, how does that... Charges drawn. Look, the teams keep those stats.
Come on, man. That ain't no steal.
But
well, stats, it is a challenge, by the way. Stats people worldwide in every sport are going deeper with their stat categories. So we've had stat categories. They keep breaking down each stat category into a deeper stat category to give more of an understanding as to how important each individual possession is.
But over the years, guys like Warwick Giddy, Jesse Wagstaff, the experts at drawing charges and winning possession back for their team. What Keanu Pinder did right here. Coach's challenge in play.
Y'all both crazy if y'all gonna sit here and talk about this charge being a steal. Let's change the conversation. Please. Please.
We can go back over your old
No chance. No chance we're doing this.
Unsuccessful, by the way.
We're not doing
We
this.
can go back over your old tapes if you'd like us to. And
No
get your
chance.
numbers.
No chance.
I think it's unfair that doesn't get represented in the box score.
So why don't we put a charge column stat there? I'd rather that than say steal.
It's all right. You can reinvent it your own way, Corey. That's the beauty of it. I like it. Might end up agreeing, you two, by the end of it.
Unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
On anything.
Hasn't happened for
Hasn't happened.
Deng hands it up. Paul Quall. Tajir McCall. Keanu Pinder. Thought about going baseline. He left the ball behind. Had to go back and get it. And Xavier Cooks under the bucket. Strong, despite the fact he's got 3 fouls.
Pinder's been getting his stuff sent. First couple of minutes of this third quarter, a little bit of frustration in play for him.
Sydney Kings athletic. Meeting him above the rim. Maker in there. Length. Active. Cooks. Active. Wani. Active.
You can see that wrist is giving some problems as well to Keanu Pinder, so we'll keep an eye on that. This is the second last game of the season for Cairns, so let's hope it's okay. Swakala Bullock hands it up. Vasiljevic into the paint. Tough fadeaway two from the top. Air ball. And the fouls. Makua Maka went to the air.
There's the wrestle for the held hands where it hurt his wrist. Already taped up, already a bit tender, and just drenched in that rebounding contest.
Chance for the lead for the Kings. On the free throw line. On net with the first Makua maker. Gets the second to go. Kings have been unbelievably good the last couple of months with their win streak. Got a road game win streak going. Put up a statement for the rest of the competition to take notice. Manjuk Deng comes straight back at him. Didn't want to go again. Ben Air gets inside, tried to make some room for himself and lost it. So Kings ball. And Adam Ford's getting a little restless. Had a chance for a double-digit lead. And now all of a sudden sees the Kings essentially in a blink of an eye leading and a chance to extend it with this possession. Ian Clark. And swiped away by Tajir McCall. Still a Kings ball, though.
Giving Maker a bit of his own medicine. Real good pass. Thought he had an easy bucket, but good peak side help. Wow, McCall filling up the stat sheet.
He made sure of it as well as that alley-oop was made sure of. That was delightful from Makua Maker.
Fella said, you got me once, you're not going to get me again.
Straight back down the other end. Pinder sees it. Rejected. Cooks.
Oh, man.
Hand off. Makua Maker. He drove off, left his coffee on the roof.
Left the coffee on the roof.
This was beautiful execution. They drew it up. They tried it the possession before for Cooks. Wasn't quite there, and this time just caught the Taipans napping a little bit.
Alex Loughton.
Just chatted with Coach Buford before the game, and he just mentioned that with Ian Clark, he just brings so much more than just his offensive output. So in training, he's a spark that really ignites that second unit. And Coach said that you wouldn't believe how many times that second unit takes it to those starters and wins. And it's plays like that last one, that Clark that threw that alley-oop to McCaw. Just unbelievable energy and just a vision. But he just brings so much more to that second unit, and they're going to need that in the playoffs.
Yeah, nicely explained as Cooks goes from one end to the other. Big play at one end and parlays that into a huge play at the other. 49-43, biggest margin the Kings have had.
And this is what we're talking about with Xavier Cooks. He's the best player in the game by some margin. Look at him defensively here. That's verticality 101. Takes it away, pushes it, and he just wheels and deals and works his way to the rim. And the Kings, it's a 6-point lead. They've outscored the Taipans by 16 during Xavier Cook's minutes on the floor. When he's out there, they're just dominating this game.
So back to the awards categories, guys. Now that you've been talking about Xavier Cooks, who's been one of the big stars of this Hungry Jacks NBL22 season.
Man, this is tough. Antonius Cleveland is their engine up there in Wollongong. Shea Ili, we know what he means to Melbourne United, how he shuts down guards. And Xavier Cooks, the same thing. He brings it defensively, offensively as well, but defensively, he sets the tone for this Sydney Kings team. This is tough. This really is tough.
Yeah, all three of those guys worthy recipients. I reckon Shea Ili, he's had some really noisy defensive performances over the second half of the season. I think might get him over the top.
Okay, I like the adjective. Made a little more noise with his than some others have. Tajir McCall spins, dances, feeds it back out. Nartai and traveled. That hurts.
Talking about defensive stops. They go Xavier Cooks. Takes away the three-point look. Nartai steps out of bounds in his attempt to drive to the basket.
Ian Clark. Kings can put the Taipans on the ropes here. Swakala-Bulik back to Clark. Gets inside, found a lot of room where there wasn't initially any, and gets the foul on his way to the bucket.
Bit of a funky lineup on the floor for the Taipans right now. They haven't scored for nearly 4 minutes. They haven't scored for this half. It was 43 apiece at half time. And right now they've got, you know, no Bukwal, no Keanu Pinder, no Majuk Deng, none of those guys on the floor. Inga, Natai, Kenny, guys who haven't had a big impact on this game so far. A lot resting on Tajir McCall and his production out there with this group.
I mean, guys got to be on the floor and put in work. You're missing wide open shots. How long you think he gonna rock with you? You're not giving him nothing. You know what I mean? Why am I have you out there if you're not giving me anything?
Well, the Taipans only have 5.5 quarters left in their season to play with, so might as well use every petrol ticket you got. And unfortunately for Mirko Jeric, can't find the long-range three.
In this game, the question that I had with no Adams, who would be that player that's out there? And Cooks with 3 fouls. Who'd be the player on this roster right now that can create for others as well as himself? And that man's Ian Clark.
Jeric. Shot clock at 5. Didn't want to put it up. Handed it up instead. And the hook doesn't go from Inga. Quick fire. Top the rim. Still get it back, but Cooks pulls it back down. Almost had his pocket picked by Tajir McCall. Vasilovic, you can calm it all down now. Gets inside, goes to the hole himself. Fantastic. And they are putting a space between them right now. The Kings have found a gear the Taipans don't have in this third quarter, as the numbers tell you. Jeric hands it up, gets it back. Wow. It's unraveling.
Start on the defensive end. Sydney getting it done, frustrating Cairns. Just their inability to get a basket in this third quarter.
So nearly 5 scoreless minutes now for the Taipans.
Yeah, and Sydney's getting it done on the offensive end. We know Xavier Cook's out there. He makes a world of a difference. Ian Clark, with his leadership on the court, Dejan Vasilovic starting to wake up, getting some, got a layup a possession or two ago. McCall Maker stepping up.
Speaking of stepping up, he steps up with another 3 on cue. He heard you talking about him, Corey.
He has a nice offensive package and skill set to be so young. Super talented.
Taipans nearly turn it over again. Bukwal, finally some life.
He was trying to draw a foul. Bukwal, good fortune there, knocks it in. Keeps the Taipans alive.
Glover. Bruce back out. Vodanovic. So they get a stop, the Taipans. Tajir McCall sizes it up. Keanu Pinder. Back to McCall. Jeric. McCall back in town in the blink of an eye. 2 big threes, and they're suddenly back in it again. After being scoreless for the first 5 minutes of this quarter, to the corner, McCall Maker rejected, got it back. Vodanovic looked for the foul, didn't get it. Huge stop, Taipans. Tajir McCall, Keanu Pinder. McCall's gone to the deck. Bukwal, air ball. Deng can't retrieve it.
There's the back-to-back 3 balls. Make it down one end, Qual down the other. And then Tajir McCall steps up. They didn't have anything happening there offensively. He got a little room. It's 2 knocked down triples from McCall so far tonight.
He's got some issues, Keanu Pinder, the wrist problem and a little bit of a hobble as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, game back on here at the Cairns Entertainment Centre until Xavier Cooks makes a statement. He's lost his GPS. That's how quickly he jumped. His GPS can't even keep up with it.
Timeout, Adam Ford. Xavier Cooks. Every time he just starts to assert his authority on the ball game, Adam Ford calls for time. That's now plus 22.
Joe, that was just disrespectful, that play. So disrespectful. It's not like it was a little guy. No. The guy's height. Cooks, man.
He's been a dominant force. Only 12 minutes on the floor. 14 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, and 3 block shots for Xavier Cooks. And he can just do it all. A little bit of playmaking, a little bit of play above the rim. He can make plays off the bounce as well. We know what he can do on the glass, pushing it in transition. And with the other 2 big stars not in far North Queensland.
Look how easy all this is, Liam.
He's just doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, that last play was so disrespectful. Went hard, right, spin quick, and just dunked on him twice. 2 hands, I mean. That's first team All-NBL type of vibes. Jalen, I know you know you're sick. Don't worry about it. Have a seat. I got you. And I got 3 fouls, but Jarrell, you go on, rest up. We'll get this done.
Another big one still to come, of course, for the Kings. They need to tick this box and then beat Illawarra in a huge game Sunday to get second spot. Ngatai try and kick this door back open for the Taipans. Ben Air seems confident that it's a Taipans ball. The ref, not so much. Jaden Hodgson on the floor now for the Kings as we head back down to Alex.
You don't see the coach kind of pull the player aside before going into that timeout huddle, but on that occasion, Coach Ford did pull Deng aside, just kind of looked him in the eye and said, come on, like, it's a spin move to a dunk. Like, we can't be allowing that. You're one of our leaders. We need you to set the tone defensively. We're in a hole right now. We need you to step up.
I agree. It was disrespectful.
Hang on. Xavier Cooks has put his foot to the floor. He's got you angry, Corey. You're up out of your seat.
He's just having a tough time both ends of the floor tonight, Majuk Deng. We spoke before about his struggles offensively, still just 2 points. He's missed his only 2 field goals here in the second half, and has had some issues at the defensive end as well. Just hasn't been able to get into the ball game.
Still a ton of time left in this game. Ben Air hands it up. Little up fake initially from Deng. Down to 2-1. Pocket pick by Cooks with 1 second left on the shot clock. Back to you, Alex.
And just to continue on, if Deng is not having a good night offensively, then by gosh, you better be contributing at the defensive end, because you've got to find ways to impact the game, and just, you know, lowering your head a bit if the offensive isn't working for you that night, then you have to find ways to show your group that you are going to take a stand and you're going to still fight. I know it's second last game, but you have to keep on fighting and not be consumed by a poor offensive effort. You've got to keep going.
Yeah, nicely explained. Back to Sean Bruce. Xavier Cooks is doing it. Having some fun doing it. Had a good sit down in the second quarter just to assess things. Had 3 fouls, has come back out and absolutely blown this game apart.
And this is what we said at halftime, Dwayne. If he doesn't pick up that 4th foul, the Kings will get on top.
Yeah.
And he's still on 3 now. After his trip to the stripe here, they're going to be back up double digits, and they've just grabbed complete control of this game.
How do you not go at him? You know how valuable he is on the court. I'm going to do everything I can to put you in tough positions to get that 4th foul. Because if he's out the game, I actually have a chance to win the game.
The Taipans have a quarter and 2 minutes to try and salvage something from this rubble. It was all tied up at halftime. They've been dominated in this 3rd quarter. Ngatai calling the shots. Burqual wants to step back 3 on Cooks. Tough man to beat. He went inside on him and that didn't work. They get the stop with ease. Glover Everyone wants to join the party. The tip not quite there. Nartai. Air. Hasn't had a big night. Back to Nartai. He's had a few siders. And guess what? Cook's down the other end pulling the rebounds down.
Just dominating on the defensive end of this game. Anybody that's in front of him, he's shutting them down. He's taking it personal, these matchups. None of y'all scoring them. And none of them have.
Sean Bruce from downtown. Not this time, but they'll maybe get it back. Little slap. Glover retrieves it. So still a shot clock to play with. As we're inside the last minute of the third. It's been a horror show for the Taipans. But Danovich fouled on his way to the hoop.
Great find. Good dive and another layup.
Well, they got no big out there on the floor, the Taipans. Pinder, we saw, was struggling with a bit of injury, and Adam Ford has decided not to turn to Nate Jawai here in this third quarter at all. They're getting beasted around the rim.
So he's got blood on his top, but they got a quick spare to change over. Sure they have. Head back to the line for the extra.
One shot.
In fact, it's Dejan Vasiljevic who's going to take the free throw. And drops it. Fans got a little quiet here at the Cairns Entertainment Centre. First half was entertaining. This third quarter certainly hasn't been, as the seconds tick down. Nartai has let a few fly that haven't found the hole. So he thinks better of this one. Tajir McCall, big arc on that, but never looked good through the air. And with 33 seconds left, they can almost blow this game away. The Kings, they score again. They started this quarter with 43 points, Cairns. They've scored 6 for the quarter. Sydney started with 43 as well. Xavier Cooks milks it down. Hands to the corner. Glover. Nartai. Got to think his way through these remaining seconds. I'll have to put it up now. He does. And that doesn't work either. And the quarter ends appropriately with the ball in Xavier Cook's hands. 49-62. The Sydney Kings in that third put on a clinic. third quarter masterclass from the Sydney Kings. They're finals bound at the end of this weekend. The finals will start. One more game left for the Kings against Illawarra. That's going to be huge. One more quarter left here in Cairns for them as well, just to finish the deal.
Well, it started at the end of that second quarter for the Sydney Kings. 8-2 run to finish the first half, and then, oh my, dominant in that third quarter. Kept the Taipans to just 6. Really needed that bucket to start the final term.
And for Cairns to have a chance to really dig into this deficit and have a chance to win this game, TJ McCall is going to have to come up big.
Ian Clark played some very, very important minutes while Xavier Cooks was off the floor. And Tajir McCall has been called for this as Cooks was on his way to the hoop. Back down to Alex.
Just an injury update for the Cairns Taipans. Obviously, Keanu Pinder really grimacing after that rebound tussle with Cooks earlier on. He went back into the change rooms to get some more treatment on that left hand. That's been heavily bandaged, but he'll come back in the game tonight. Just without Kawat and Noi, obviously still having that inflammation of the knees on that flight from Perth to Melbourne, and then coming back to Cairns as well. That inflammation's still hanging around, so he won't see the floor tonight, even though he is suited up. But Pinder definitely will come back in the game.
Well, that's good news. They need Pinder out there. Really missed him in that third term as Xavier Cooks was running rampant. They could do with Jawai as well. Need to put some pressure on the interior for the Kings. And their interior D and Jawai, Pinder as targets inside can make that happen a little bit.
Honestly, Liam, we saw it in the third, and the Kings shut that water completely off. Great rim protection and just defense on them both.
Tajir McCall, single-figure shot clock, hands it to Deng. Poor Qual, 2 attack him, 3 attack him, tried the reverse. He drew a crowd, they knew exactly what was going on. Verdanovic hands it up, Cooks, Verdanovic, all part of the fun of the fair for the Kings right now.
Xavier Cooks, DNA is all over this game.
66-51, 9 minutes left.
Yeah,
so you've got to celebrate the Kings. I mean, they are fun to watch. They're just fine-tuning for what's about to come in the next month.
They're coming in and getting the job done. Without 2 of their main guys, MVP contender, a guy who's going to be in the mix for one of the All-NBL squads in Jarrell Martin as well. And they've just come in here. They got asked some questions in that first half, down 6, midway through that second quarter, with Xavier Cooks in foul trouble, and they responded. Good couple of minutes there to finish off the first half, all tied up, and they've been terrific in this second half so far.
Yeah, we haven't been with us all night. Kings could still finish as high as second on the Hungry Jacks NBL22 ladder, heading into the finals, which continue after this round. And 9 road gains in a row. They're setting some records as well. The Kings, their last month of the season has been a sight to behold. 9 road games, heading for a record-setting 10th. With a domination after half-time. McCall to the corner, gets it back, lets it fly and drops it, and brings the crowd back alive.
Again, I said it earlier, that's the guy. He's up to 20 points, leading the game in scoring. You're playing the scout, back off of him.
Cooks, the dominant force. Vasiljevic. So they get a stop. 12 points, 8 minutes, been done before, especially by a home team, if they can get a run going. This guy needs to get it firing. Mad Jock Dang, big moment.
Big hit. Just gets him feeling good. 5 points now for Dang, starting to get involved in the game a little bit. Couple of stops in a row, Dwayne. They're back in it. The crowd's up and about.
The hand out, this is huge. And it goes, look out, game on. And Majok Dang, we've been waiting for it, he delivers.
Fantastic hit, 3 consecutive threes, 9-0 run by Cairns. And it's a 6-point game. TJ McCall swings it, he walks right into that. Hits it at the top of the key. Pender pushes the ball, finds Deng on the left side, and he hits. Timeout. Chase Buford has seen enough.
There, Ian. Tommy, you're in, right? Tommy, you're right here. DJ, come up, set it, come off, swatch your slash in, pop. If it's there, great. If not, bring it DHO to DJ. DJ, look for him on the roll. Roll hard, roll hard. Fellas, we got to get some stops. Stops and rebounds is where it's at. Let's shut it off right here. Here we go. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
They scored more in the first 2 minutes and 12 seconds of this fourth quarter than they did for the entire third term.
And again, Dwayne, it starts at the defensive end. They're not going to be able to tick the scoreboard over if they're grinding against this Sydney half-court defense. They're too good in that regard. We've seen it. They've struggled with it all night long. But if they get stops, they push, they get some rhythm, some flow into their offense, bang, 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 they're back in the ballgame.
Who came up with the 2 big stops? TJ McCall. It all starts and ends with him.
So over to you, Kings. And almost, well, that is a turnover. So the Taipans will get it back here on this 9-0 run.
Fantastic effort on the defensive end by McCall. 3 stops. Can they get 3? Can they get a bucket right here? Why not?
Little heat check there, but it was worth the try. Clark ran into a roadblock in Braden Inga. He's a little angry. He's trying to get some of the air out of that ball.
Well, aggressive take in transition from Clark. Still super efficient tonight. 6 of 8.
2 shots.
From the field, 16 points. Looking to just steady the ship a little bit here for the Kings.
First one goes with ease.
What's your fit?
Adam Ford yet to coach a win v Sydney, but they've been in both games this season. They've lost to the Kings. Chance to steal both, and there's still a chance to steal this one. McCall gets inside, and a quick fire too. Wasted no time.
Transition, one of the best in this league.
Hit the deck too hard from the corner. Straight back at you, Bogdanovic.
It's a big hit because that was a well-contested 3-point take. But can anybody keep that man in front of him?
Vasilovic.
There he is.
Yeah, wow. That was beautiful. And they parlay that into points. Tajir McCall for 3. Pinder, almost a stealer with that sore wrist. He fought hard for that, but possession arrow will be a King's ball.
Look at that. Watch Tajir McCall. Look at the screen here from Bogdanovic. Just cleans him up. Wasn't quite set for mine. Should have been an offensive foul, but also no communication from his teammates, no awareness. Career highs in both points and rebounds for Tajir McCall tonight, 22 and 10. He's got a couple of steals and a block as well.
Sean Bruce throws it back out. And a little nudge under the bucket after McCall Maker threw it up. And how is Xavier Cooks here? So will they have to sit him here?
Well, throwing him back into the game was the response from Chase Buford. The Taipans getting rolling. Xavier Cooks was on the bench. So he comes back in, but after this, comes up clutching that left knee.
It looked like they just bumped knees.
So that's almost more worrying that there wasn't much contact. So no Cooks. Vasilovic rejected. So Pinder and McCall working hard. to give Cairns a chance to steal this one.
That's Pinder's 4th block of the game. His timing on those plays is elite.
6 seconds left on the shot clock. Dejan Vasilovic. Long range, step back 2. Magnificent. McCall. No time to waste now. Back out. Manjuk Dang dances his way through them.
Fantastic take. He's hit his last 2 threes. You got to be a hard closeout. Head fake. 1 dribble. Dunk. 8-point game.
Back to Vasilovic. Another step back, long range 2. Not this time. Big rebound to pull down.
They needed that board, the Taipans. As you say, Corey, just beautiful shot fake, straight line drive, strong finish at the cup.
So back out there, Xavier Cooks. This one's on the line. You've got to make sure of it. Get the win in the bank. Keep a chance to finish 2nd alive. You don't want to be finishing 4th. Vasilovic, floater off the glass. A sight to behold.
Vasilovic coming up with some big plays.
Jarek. And the Kings get a stop this time. Again, the Kings don't want to lose this game, be in danger of finishing 4th. 4th means it'll be Melbourne United in the 1st round of the finals. That's the last thing they're after. They want 2nd spot and home against either Illawarra or Perth. And it's been a pretty good night at the office for Makul Maker.
Their first career double-double.
Yeah, it's magnificent, as was that from Sean Bruce. Some steadying influence for the Kings just when they needed it. Tajir McCall to Keanu Pender. He finger rolls it in, and still some life, still an enormous amount of time. 10-point margin.
Liam, did he lose that ball, or was that a pass to Pender?
I think he lost it.
Oh, my God.
You're not going to give Keanu the steal for the charge. I'm not giving him that dime.
Oh, rattles down. Don't wreck a good story with the truth, you guys. This one's still there for the taking for the Taipans, for the home team. Despite the heroics of Xavier Cooks, who's got it now. They need more heroics from him, and he lost it for a second. It's waved off, obviously, and Tajir McCall, as you can see, doesn't quite agree with the call.
They're fighting hard. McCall is on his 4th.
All right, guys, base. To Michael, you got him across. No basket, we're going to start. Across the 4 up. Let's go.
Good minutes by the young fella. Maker out there. Having his presence felt.
Clark. That was pretty.
Clark is out there in a class by himself.
Jarek. Pender. No one comes at him, so he gets his way. Blows past Cooks and puts 2 on him.
And that's the growth of Keanu Pender right there. Last year he would have launched that.
He shot that.
Yeah, and it would have been a nothing play. And he learned from earlier in the game. He needed to step around the defense. He's taken a big lead this season.
Jarek. Well, they left him free. Can't make them pay. Tajir McCall. And again, the boys have talked about it. That's the scout. Let him go if he wants to. From out there. Cooks. Glover was working for him. Glover might get it eventually anyway. 4 left, shot clock from beyond the arc. It was a little flat. Little push under the bucket. Deng working his way into the paint. Alex Loughton.
just with Sean Bruce coming out of the game now. He's played 20 this year. He's missed 6 games due to injury, but was just carrying the floor general duties in that last important passage of play. Hit that mid-range J. Big contribution that Coach Buford needs from Sean Bruce heading into the playoffs. He's an integral part, and that just frees up Clark to play more that two guard spot in that last few possessions. But obviously coming out onto the bench now, gets to rest up. But Sean Bruce, a huge part of this Kings lineup moving forward.
Yeah, Clark, the man you spoke of, got it now. Gave it to Cooks, and Pinder flicked it from his grasp.
Orange 13, hands.
So it's been called, that foul. I think it's been called on Majuk Deng.
Much deserved love there from McCall Maker. He's been terrific. No Jarrell Martin, as we've spoken about at length. And they needed McCall Maker to come out, not just play big minutes, but have a really solid impact. So ticking the scoreboard over, getting on the glass, first career double-double.
He's really showed a lot of growth in the last, I'll say the last third of this season. He's got an opportunity to play. He's got an opportunity to show us his talent and skill set. He plays hard, and I've been impressed with what I've seen.
Tajir McCall, he draws a crowd. A couple of Rob Williams swiped away by Cooks.
I've been impressed with how Cooks haven't even gotten his 4th foul. I thought he was going to get it. I thought the plan would have been, we're going at him pretty much every possession. We get him out the game, we really have a chance to win this game. And Cairns have been unsuccessful this whole second half. In that regard.
Box out the call. Just letting Tajir McCall know that we know you can miss one occasionally, and he misses 2 again.
Well, he's now 1 of 6 from the stripe on the evening.
Is that a bit of trash talk? Box out really loudly?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So 2 minutes from victory now, the Sydney Kings. Had to work hard for it. Taipans have had their chances. Could have had a double-digit lead late in the second. Vasiljevic went for the knockout blow and rejected. And Pinder got it on the way down, did he?
Yeah, he did. That's a goaltend.
Yeah, he knew it. The look on the face. That's why the refs knew it too. Might as well let him fly now. Majuk Deng was a bit quiet in this game early. Xavier Cooks is going to have a rest for the rest. 140, or is he? No.
On that, they cleaned each other up. Both of them come in, they've wiped each other up.
I'm the contest, no one goes high as me. Curtis and myself on that one.
Yeah, nice, I like that.
You hit on my arm and...
I think what happened is they hit each other and then bounce into you, but it's incidental.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the playoff for the arm.
Yeah.
There's your explanation.
We're just reviewing out of bounds. Doesn't need to be a challenge in the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. So the refs just sending it to the replay center. Make sure they get it right. It's like last touch, Xavier Cooks for mine.
So 141 left. 10-point margin. Cairns might be a chance to get it back here and let a couple fly for the big steal. So it is. You're spot on, Liam. Eagle Eye Santa Maria. Cairns ball. Adam Ford knows they've got to land one and land one quickly here. Qual from the corner. Doesn't land one. Pinder doesn't land one. Guess who? Xavier Cooks rejects it. Hands it to Glover. The feed on. And this one looks like it's done.
Ian Clark, Xavier Cooks, without Jalen Adams, without Jarrell Martin, have made sure they could get this job done. And what an important job it is as well.
Xavier Cooks, 5 blocks. What a difference maker to have a guy like that on your team.
18 points, 12 rebounds.
3 assists, 5 blocks.
That's a night.
How many rebounds he needs?
21.
Okay, so
I wonder how long ago
he's got
that
12
was when you said it.
Yeah. Well,
He's almost there.
We said that the foul trouble might keep it out of reach, but what you said before, he's done such a good job. Just picked up his 4th right then. But spent basically the entire second half without picking up another foul, racking up the rebounds.
He heard you. Somebody told him what you said, Liam.
Chase just said, stop fouling, big fella.
There was one up for grabs there. He couldn't quite grab it. Air feeds it in, gets it back. Let it fly. Yeah, baby. Had to let it fly and keep this miracle alive. 1:10 left. They're going to fight it out.
This hit goes for the pump fake. Side step. 1 dribble side step. 3 ball. Bucket.
Not sure what was that sign. Just to punch the fist into the open hand.
It's the smash play.
Okay. So they need the steal from the inbound, obviously. Cairns and almost got it. Cooks threw it off Deng.
Good heads-up play. Sydney Ball. Good pressure up court by Cairns. Unsuccessful with getting that turnover.
Got some craft. Xavier Cooks was exactly what the doctor ordered there.
15, it's 8 seconds.
In a dangerous situation. Again, Cairns will try for the steal. And the Kings will try for the knockout blow. Cooks gets it back. Swakala-Bulak. And Tajir McCall, as always, doesn't agree with the call, but he got a lot of arm.
He fouls out.
Yeah. But it's all or nothing now. Round of applause.
He was a ball of activity tonight, wasn't he?
He always is. He's fun.
Yeah.
Kind of guy you'd be quite prepared to pay your interest money to come and watch.
22 points, 10 boards. It's his first double-double with rebounds for the season. He's had a couple with assists earlier on in the year. 4 assists, a couple of steals, a block. Left a couple on the strike. 1 of 6 from the free throw line, but he was very, very active all night long.
Here Adam Ford saying, quick one, quick one. Deng doesn't let it fly. No rebound for Cooks. Dejan Vasiljevic gets it across. Back to Cooks. Back to Dejan. And the crowd know. Kings know. The Taipans know. This one was within reach, but they couldn't get the job done. The Kings have shown their class. Dejan Vasiljevic shows he's there.
Another big stat sheet stuffing performance from Hinder. 12 and 14. It's his 6th double-double of the season. A lot of those in the last month or two. Checks out of the game. 12 and 14 with 4 blocks.
Fantastic performance. It's hard. It will be hard to look past him for most improved. Really will. Hell of a season, and as you said, he came home strong. Liam, I got a question for you. Like, not crazy. What impressed you most about this Sydney Kings win?
impressed me more?
Oh, yes. You missed both. So, Hungry Jack's Burgers, Cairns fans get something, get a nice consolation prize. Use the code GOOD. Dang from outside. Drops one. So a couple of things to cheer late.
Well, I'll tell you what impressed me most, since you don't want to tell me.
I'm waiting for the right moment.
Still a little bit of fun to be had. They're still fighting this one out. Slivovic fouled.
Ian Clark's ability to create. I didn't know he would be able to do that the whole game. Create the way he did. A lot of his plays that he made outside of him scoring, he was running the offense. He didn't get the assists, but he was running the offensive set that it got through hands, it got to the right person. I didn't know he would be able to do that. Because now I'm looking at it, if they got to play Melbourne United and you want to pressure Jalen Adams, who would be the other guy that can also make a big shot as well consistently? And I saw that tonight.
We didn't already know that? Didn't we see that?
I did not know that.
Didn't we see that in overtime last week when Jalen Adams...
That's a little bit. I didn't see it for a whole game.
Yeah, for me, Xavier Cooks' ability to stay out of foul trouble in the second half. Flagged it at the half. That, for me, would be the difference. And felt like that's how it played out there in the third quarter.
Or was that just a team that wasn't able to attack?
Well, yeah. Certainly helped them.
But it still was impressive.
So they dribble it out. The Kings still a chance to finish the regular season second after getting the job done in Cairns. 87-77, but they were made to work for it.
Classy job from the Kings. Asked some questions early doors. We're in a little bit of a hole late in that second quarter with that man, their most important player, the footlocker player of the game. 18, 12 and 5 in the end, in foul trouble, and things were just starting to get away from them. And a nice little finish to that first half, came out in the third quarter and put the clamps on. Ramped up their defense, kept the Taipans to 6 points for the term, grabbed control of the ball game.
So just a reminder, tomorrow night, a double coming your way as this final round of the regular season continues. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and Adelaide tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, Perth Wildcats and Illawarra. And the Kings have one last big one to come, and that is against Illawarra on Sunday. Stick around, we're back to wrap this one up straight after the break. Kings by 10.
Sydney Kings by 10, even with 2 guns missing. Too much class as we look at the Hungry Jacks highlights of what was an impressive performance with a couple of their big stars shining.
Well, they did a really good job fighting through on the road against the Jim McCall. He was good for the Taipans, 22 and 10, a double-double for him. Then got going late, a couple of back-to-back triples that made things interesting in the second half. He got on the rim, eventually got going in that second half, had 13 points, but the Kings just managed to get it done. Vasiljevic in double figures. Bruce made some nice plays down the stretch. And Corey, you asked what was the most impressive thing about that win? It was the fact it was their 10th consecutive road win. Wow. First team to do that since the Canberra Cannons in 1985. They are road warriors right now, the Sydney Kings.
That is impressive. And my question to you, my friend, is who wants the smoke with the Sydney Kings?
No one really wants that smoke right now.
So let's look at the Amy ladder, because this is the opening game of the final round of the Hungry Jacks NBL22 season before the finals. Kings and Illawarra still to play in their final game of the season. That's on Sunday, but Perth play Illawarra tomorrow night.
And that win from Sydney locks them into second or third, cannot finish fourth from here on out.
Which means they'll be able to at least not get on a plane for their first final, which is good news for them. So there's the games coming up in this final round, round 21. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, Adelaide 36ers, Perth Wildcats, Illawarra Hawks tomorrow night. And it might actually all come down to the last game of the season, Wildcats and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, the final game on Sunday as the makeup of the Final Four. Been great to have your company tonight. Make sure you join us across the weekend for some more Hungry Jacks NBL22 action. The Kings winning 87-77 by 10.
Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise, I'm top tier, I'm that guy. I'm the man of the year. I'm a man with no fear. I think like I'm a shark. The way I move so sharp.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
You might have taken the lead in league rebounding tonight.
I think I got a long way to go. Like 0.3 or something like that.
You might have gotten a little closer tonight. Another 12 in the last game, and you got it.
Swak, 7 boards, wow.
Made some big ones too. That last one was huge. Hopefully give him a little more confidence.
Thanks, Chase. Congratulations. I guess the late start to the third quarter when you held them scoreless for about 5 minutes was a huge key in the game. What was the message at halftime?
Yeah, just come out and let's be better defensively. I think we had a few breakdowns. They gave them some easy looks. I thought our offense really put our defense on its heels because we were playing off of bad misses and some turnovers too much in the first half. But yeah, we just kind of locked in, got some stops. I thought the guy next to me did a terrific job of contesting at the rim without fouling. He knew he was in foul trouble, and he just walled up, was showing his hands. Did a terrific job protecting the rim that way and helped us get some easy buckets playing off our stops.
Aside from the obvious getting the W, what was the main goal tonight?
Yeah, that was the only one, I think, Matt.
Now, I say that because I was going to ask the next question was going to be kind of the managing the minutes. I mean, was there any thought given to managing the minutes. X kind of managed his own minutes with the early foul.
The smart man.
Yeah, we had a few guys who, coming back from injury. Brucey's coming back. Ian's still coming back. Glove hadn't played in a couple games. So there are a variety of guys we wanted to be smart with and try to, just be smart with how much they played and knowing that we got 2 games this round. And, so that was part of it. Foul trouble was part of it. Matchups were part of it. I thought Jaden Hodgson came in and gave us a real big lift in his minutes. Didn't make a ton of plays that show up on the stat sheet, but I think he just came in, settled our group a couple times, made some nice defensive plays. So it's good. Matur was terrific too. He came in because of foul trouble a couple times, got some big rebounds, made a nice pass, just helped tick it over for us for a few minutes. So really proud of the whole group effort.
And you mentioned rim protection. You guys had 9 blocks, but I lost count of how many shots you changed in the paint. It wasn't just the guy sitting next to you. It was MK, Matur, Wayne had a couple of big ones as well. Tommy V.
Yeah, it's great. We pride ourselves on defending the rim. I think we allow 10% less field goal attempts at the restricted area than even the second best team in terms of shots at the rim. So it's something we've done well all year, and obviously we got some great players in X and MK and the likes that make it really efficient.
X, what was the feeling in the group after the loss on Sunday? Was it disappointment? Was it, okay, let's just refocus? What was the feeling of the players after that loss to Adelaide?
A lot of exhaustion, that was one thing, but a lot of disappointment too. We felt like we shot ourselves in the foot and didn't play the way that we've taken pride in all year and just being a hard-playing team. And then obviously to lose our 2 superstars and everyone stepped up and tonight, and it wasn't one person stepping up, it was the whole team stepping up and playing team basketball out there, so it was good.
And this amazing, you guys have won 10 games straight in a row. That's the most since the Cairns in '85. I'm sorry they're talking about a streak, Chase. I know you don't like it. But on the road, how have you managed to do this and be so impressive and efficient on the road, I guess?
I think that comes from just our team being so close together. When you're in a away arena, there's so much noise and all that kind of stuff, and you really got to stick together. And this team genuinely loves each other. So when times get hard, we stick together and we fight through it as a team. So it's been good.
To back that up, Matty, I think we were lucky in some ways. It's not lucky to lose games, but we had some moments where we were able to learn and grow. We weren't great on the road early in the year, and we had to figure out how to play more together. And like I said, our group they really care for each other. It's never about me with anybody. It's always how can we help the team get a win. And I think you need that mindset when you go on the road in a tough environment against a tough. They defended, they pressured us like crazy all night. Really proud of the way our guys responded, especially in that second half.
MK with a double-double, and he's just going from strength to strength since coming back from injury. How huge is he going to be come playoff time?
Huge. He's huge for us now. He's been huge for us when X went down, started some games and was terrific for us.